Hey kids, how are you all doing today? I hope you're ready for an exciting story. Have you ever wondered why a scorpion stings? It's a curious thing, isn't it? Well, today I'm going to tell you a fun and exciting story about a scorpion and a frog. This story has a very important lesson for all of us. It's a tale that teaches us a very important lesson. Ready? Let's get started. Let's dive in. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a scorpion who needed to cross a river. Now, scorpions can't swim, so our little scorpion was in a bit of a pickle. He was stuck on one side of the river and needed to get to the other side. He thought and thought, but couldn't come up with a solution. Then he saw a friendly frog hopping by. As he was thinking about how to get across, he saw a friendly frog hopping by. The frog looked like he was having a great day, hopping from one lily pad to another. The scorpion called out, "Hey, Mr. Frog, can you help me cross the river?" The frog stopped and looked at the scorpion. The frog was a bit cautious. He knew that scorpions could sting and that it could be dangerous. He knew that scorpions could sting. The frog had heard stories about scorpions and their stingers, so he asked, "But, Mr. Scorpion, how do I know you won't sting me?" The frog wanted to be sure he would be safe. The scorpion replied, "If I sting you while we're crossing the river, we'll both drown. So it wouldn't make sense for me to do that." The scorpion tried to reassure the frog. The frog thought about it and agreed. He decided to trust the scorpion. The scorpion climbed onto the frog's back and they started to cross the river. The frog swam steadily and the scorpion held on tight. Everything was going well until they reached the middle of the river. The water was calm and it seemed like they would make it across safely. Suddenly the scorpion felt a strange urge and he couldn't resist it. He stung the frog. The scorpion's nature took over. The frog felt the sting and started to feel weak. He couldn't believe what had just happened. As they both began to sink, the frog, with his last breath, asked, "Why, Mr. Scorpion? Why did you sting me?" The frog was heartbroken and confused. The scorpion looked very sad and said, "I couldn't help it. It's in my nature." The scorpion regretted his actions, but knew he couldn't change who he was. And with that, they both sank below the water. The river carried them away, and their story ended there. This story might sound a bit sad, but it teaches us something very important. It's a reminder that sometimes people or animals do things because it's in their nature. Sometimes people or animals do things because it's in their nature. They might not want to hurt others, but they can't change who they are. The scorpion didn't want to harm the frog, but he couldn't change who he was. It's important to understand the nature of others. So what can we learn from this, kids? We should always be aware of the nature of others and understand why they might act a certain way. Always be aware of the nature of others and understand why they might act a certain way. This way you can make better decisions and stay safe. This way you can make better decisions and stay safe. It's always good to think carefully about the choices you make and the friends you keep. Thanks for listening to this story, kids. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something valuable. Remember, always think carefully about the choices you make and the friends you keep. It's important to surround yourself with good friends who have your best interests at heart. See you next time. Bye-bye, have a great day, and keep learning.